welcome to today's video. I'm going to talk about a topic that I feel like will come up eventually because of the videos that I have been posting lately, and that is having other people accept you with wheels. And this shouldn't be an issue in my mind, but it is. And it is even within my own social circles and my own family. Often, as much as we have done work for ourselves and among ourselves as people who have acquired disabilities or people who have been disabled since birth or for a very long time, we have already processed the whole I am going to be in a wheelchair for part-time, or I'm going to be in a wheelchair for the majority of the time, and I'm just going to be a wheelchair user now. We have already done that processing, but I think for our families, seeing us using a wheelchair can be difficult. I know my family will say, well, why don't you just walk now? Or do we have to bring your chair because you can walk? And what I've had to do with my personal situation is I've had to bring my chair every time, just every time I'm going somewhere, just to get them used to the fact that I use a wheelchair. It is going to be in my daily life, and I will probably do that for years before I start actually walking in their presence more. There was a time where I used a wheelchair while I was at the mall, and then I went and dropped off all of my purchases. This was pre-COVID. I went and dropped off all my purchases, and my mom asked if I needed to bring the chair back home. And I said, home to her house, we were having dinner, and I said no, we'll just be sitting around. And that was taken well. But because of just the dynamic, I have chosen to bring it more times than not, or use it around them more times than not. I know with other people's families it can be very different, where maybe they want to help you more with your chair when you're no, I know how to dismantle it, I know how to get it in my car, I don't need your help, and I need you to see that I can do it by myself. And it's a very hard line to toe, and I'm sure because I am not a parent, I am not someone who has to deal with me, so I cannot really speak to that side, but I am sure that they probably just want to see us as we were because that's what they're used to. Whereas, this is the norm for us now because they may see us less, or in some cases they only see us a couple times a year, depending if it's extended family or whatever. It's hard for them to see it because they're not used to that. And even though we are the same people sitting down or standing up, to them, I think it's a hard thing for them to wrap their mind around until they see you doing everything that you could do before and then some. For me, it took my family seeing that yes, I could still participate in family gatherings or stuff like that, if it was accessible, that's a whole other issue. Hey, I can do all of these things that I, would have sort of shied away from before. Like, I can move fast. I can go to the mall and go for hours and hours and not have to stop and rest and be kind of like in their minds like a killjoy. I can still do things, and until they wrap their head around that, we as persons with disabilities need to kind of meet them where they're at, answer their questions, show them things about our chairs or mobility aids, show them different things we can do with them. Like if you have one of those chairs that like tilts or you can like grow and go higher or lower, like show them all that cool stuff and show them like how it helps you and how like all of a sudden I couldn't do X before but now I can, and I do it because of this specific type of mobility aid or aid in general. So just getting them used to the world of disability, but at their own pace and doing it in a way that they understand, I think, is probably the key. But again, I am not an able-bodied person who has to deal with someone in a chair. So if you have anything to add to this conversation, please do so in the comments, and nicely, please. Don't crucify me. Don't come for me. I'm just explaining my experience. So if you have different experiences, leave them down below and we can chat and figure out a way for us all to communicate and gather without offending anybody or making anyone feel left out. So again, guys, leave your experiences down in the comments, and if you are an able-bodied, please feel free to also leave your experiences. Tell us what you feel. I don't know the other side, so I'd like to know the other side. And just, we do these videos for knowledge and maybe some entertainment and purposes only. So please just be nice to everyone in the comments. And with that, I am going to say, as you all know, press the subscribe button and the notification bell, because you never know when I'm going to post a video. Keep pushing, guys, and I will see you in the next one.